In a quiet coastal village nestled between the sea and green fields, there lived a young man named Leo who went to the local school. He was just a regular student, spending his free time skipping stones across the water, watching the fishermen bring in their nets, and breathing in the salty air. That was his simple, happy world. But there was one area of his life where he constantly struggled: studying. No matter how many times he opened his books, he just couldn't retain the information or keep his mind from wandering. His peers sometimes laughed when he failed a quiz, and that constant failure caused Leo's confidence to slowly fade away. One quiet afternoon after the last students had left, Ms. Sharma, the literature teacher, was sitting alone grading papers. Leo approached her timidly, unsure if he should interrupt. In a quiet voice, he said, "Ma'am, I was hoping to talk to you about something important." Ms. Sharma looked up with a kind smile. "Come, sit down, Leo." "What is it?" Leo sat and sighed. "Ma'am, I'm just terrible at school. I can't remember anything, and I can't focus on my work. Honestly, I feel completely hopeless. I wish I knew what to do." Ms. Sharma nodded gently and said, "Leo, you're not alone. Many excellent students face this exact challenge. But because you truly want to improve, you absolutely can. I am going to teach you 5 simple but powerful steps, tools really, that will help you concentrate and fundamentally change the way you learn. First lesson: calm your mind. Ms. Sharma picked up a clear jar of water and vigorously stirred a handful of dirt into it, making the water dark and cloudy. "What do you see here?" she asked. Leo replied, "Murky, dirty water, ma'am." "Okay, now we will simply leave it alone and watch what happens." After a few minutes, the soil settled into a thick layer at the bottom, and the water above became completely transparent. "What do you see now?" Ms. Sharma asked. Leo looked surprised and said, "The water's clear again." "Exactly," the teacher confirmed. "Your mind is the same way. When it's full of stress, anxiety, or rushing thoughts, you can't think clearly. So before you start studying, close your eyes for 5 minutes and focus only on your breath. This will calm your mind, settle the dirt, and help you learn better." Second lesson: focus on the present. Ms. Sharma dimmed the lights and placed a small stone with a single drop of water on it. Look at this droplet and try to keep your attention completely focused on it. Don't let your mind drift away to anything else. At first, Leo struggled. He thought about lunch, his friends, and his upcoming exam. But slowly his attention settled, anchored only on the tiny, shimmering drop. "See," Ms. Sharma said, "the past is over, and the future hasn't happened yet. All we truly have is the present moment. Whenever you are studying and your mind begins to stray, gently bring it back to the task on your desk. Practice this daily." Third lesson: understand, not just memorize. Ms. Sharma gave Leo a dry sponge and a smooth, hard pebble. She then poured water on both. The sponge soaked in the water, becoming fuller and heavier, but the water immediately rolled off the rock. "Students who only try to memorize facts are like the rock," the teacher explained. "They quickly try to take in information, but it doesn't stick. But students who strive to understand, who visualize, ask why, and connect new information to old examples, they are like the sponge. They retain what they learn. So always strive to understand, not just recite." Fourth lesson: break learning into small parts. Ms. Sharma gave Leo a large, dense history textbook. "Try to read this cover to cover right now." Leo smiled sheepishly. "I'd never make it, ma'am." The teacher then showed him a stack of index cards, each one representing a single small chapter. "You can't absorb a huge topic all at once," Ms. Sharma said. Break every large assignment into small parts. Study for a defined short period, say 25 minutes, and then take a 5-minute break. This method keeps you from feeling overwhelmed and allows you to learn much more easily. Fifth lesson, practice regularly. Ms. Sharma pointed to 2 small potted plants. One was green and healthy, the other was dry and withered. I gave this one a little water every single day. I gave this one a flood of water one day, but then ignored it for the rest of the week. She sighed. If you dedicate just a little time every day to your studies, you will see continuous growth, the teacher explained. But if you study for hours one day and then skip the next 3, you will lose all momentum. Practice every single day, even if it's just for 20 minutes. Consistency is the key. Over the following weeks, Leo committed to every piece of advice Ms. Sharma offered. The change was slow at first, but soon he noticed a significant difference. He could focus longer, he began to grasp complex topics, and the fear of failure faded. His marks began to climb steadily. Most importantly, he discovered a genuine enjoyment in the process of learning. 5 years later, Leo is now a highly successful professional. He often thinks back to that pivotal day, realizing that the most important lessons of his life came from his literature teacher, sharing those 5 simple habits that permanently transformed his ability to learn. And you too, if you're struggling with focus, learning, or any big challenge in life, take a disciplined step forward like Leo did. Keep your mind calm. Seek true understanding. Be consistent in your practice. Your small daily efforts will grow into incredible achievements one day. Your belief and steady work will become the best tools for your success.